All right. Hello, friends, and welcome to the Willowmist Emporium of Antiques and Curiosities. The demo for it, anyway. This is a game made by 2.5 Studios, and if you have seen my channel for a bit, you'll know that I play a lot of 2.5 Studios games. I did A Date with Death, which is, I guess, their most popular one. I did Dreambound. I'm blanking on the name of the other one. Oh my gosh. The Divine Speaker, that's what it is. And so I have been excited to see the demo for the Willowmist Emporium of Antiques and Curiosities come out, their newest game. I don't know too much about this because I've been trying to keep myself away from the basics, I guess. But from what I do know, we are running a store, an Emporium of Antiques and Curiosities. It's a visual novel, though, still. And I'm a little bit nervous about this one because sometimes store simulators and I don't really agree with each other. So it all depends on how this demo works, you know? But with all that being said, I'm excited to hop into it. Let's go and let's see what this game is like. Double click. Okay. Okay. So the main menu is also like a little movie you get to watch. That was really cool. Please select a game difficulty. In my visual novel? Oh no, I thought this was a visual novel. Cozy and normal do not feature game overs for being unable to pay your bills, but hard mode does. Oh no. I want to go on the easiest. I'm just here for the vibes, right? I guess we're going cozy. I don't know what the difference is between cozy and normal. To my dearest Sprout. That's so cute. Sprout hardly seems like a fitting nickname anymore, does it? By now, you must be towering over your mother. By like an inch, yeah. No, opposite. I'm an inch shorter than my mother. She always was a short little thing. My mother in real life is 5'3". I am 5'2". Don't tell her I called her that, okay? I fear it would make our relationship even worse than it is now, if that's even possible. Oh no, spilled the tea? I digress. My dearest Sprout, it has been far too long since I last saw you. Still, I picture in my mind a toddler with a mess of orange hair who insisted on wearing their rain boots on the sunniest of days. Who would remove their smock lest they get paint on it. Okay, yeah. Who would turn their nose up at chocolate but sneak carrots from the fridge when no one was looking. That's me. That is something that I would do. You always have had your own way of doing things, my dear. That is precisely why I am entrusting you with my greatest treasure, my antique store. Well, for the next 3 months, anyhow. Oh, really? I thought this was like my store. Okay, what are you doing? After a lifetime of living in the city, a bit of country air ought to do you well. Willowmist is special to me, and I think soon enough it will be special to you. It has its quirks, which I'm sure you'll realize quickly, but it has a way of growing on you. Or perhaps it's the other way around, like a parasite. Or maybe a fungus. Either way, I suspect you'll fit in just fine. I'm only sorry I cannot be there to greet you. Responsibilities pull me away from Willowmist, but you don't have to worry about that. I'm sure you'll hear enough rumors about where I've gone to satisfy your curiosity, okay? Trust me, whatever they say will be nowhere near as interesting as the truth. Okay? What's the truth? To find the store, take a left from the train station, then a right when you notice the breeze pick up. Then turn around and walk backwards for 7 steps, close your eyes, and turn around again. Okay. Hopefully I don't need to remember this. Can I go backwards in this game, by the way? I can. Okay, good. I love being able to go backwards in visual novels. Is this a visual novel? Anyway, you'll find it soon enough. I have an employee there waiting for you. He's not the easiest to get along with, but I doubt anyone could resist your charm. Thank you. You're much like your aunt in that respect, okay? Take care of the store, Sprout. Take care of yourself. And for heaven's sake, don't try to sell the vase with the bird on it. It's cursed, okay? With all my love and faith in you, Aunt Sylvie. P.S. If you find Florian napping on the job, make sure to tuck him in. He doesn't get enough sleep, that boy. That's so cute. Oh my god, 100% I will. Okay. You felt a buzz from your pocket, the familiar sensation of a worried mother. The train continued shuddering along on its track in an almost uncomfortable way. Or comfortable way. You know what? I'm comforted. Darling, won't you reconsider? It's such a big move. You've always lived nearby. You don't know anyone, so if anything goes wrong, why not stay home? All right, I'll make them turn the train around. Operation Take Over the Train and force them to turn around. I think it might cause some trouble for the train behind us, though. I just don't understand why you left so suddenly. Aunt Sylvie needs someone to watch the shop, you know that. I'm sure she has friends there. She also has family, you know. Won't you reconsider? Sorry, Mom. I love you, but I'm looking forward to a few months away from home. Damn. New people, fresh air, and a real job. You've never even worked at a store before, let alone ran one. Aunt Sylvie says someone will be there to help out. It's an antique store in a tiny town in the middle of nowhere. I don't think it'll be particularly busy. As someone who lives in a tiny town in the middle of nowhere that has multiple antique stores, they're pretty fucking busy. I swear you got your stubborn streak straight from my sister. Okay, baby, just stay safe, okay? Don't walk around alone at night. Make sure to lock the doors and call me if anything happens. Damn, there goes my plans for bumping into the new love of my life on a dark, mysterious street after leaving my door unlocked. Not funny. Not even a smile? No! Train's about to pull up. I'll text you later. Okay, love you. Love you too. That was cute. I like that a lot. Oh, shoot, shoot. Oh, the opening. So they always have a little, like, animated opening thing going on. Okay. Really quiet, I feel like. Okay.
Listen to the voices of the folks that came before. They tell me of the choices and the tasks I have in store. Every antique has a secret, every trinket has a tale. Every person has a story that is waiting to unveil.
I like this.
Something in me feels aware that there's this untold
So many plants.
in the air. I can't shake off this feeling, this sweet mystery. Like all the snowy mountaintops were made alike for me. Every bone in my being is.
I will say that the character art is a little lesser quality in some way. I don't know how to describe it.
All my broken puzzle pieces fall right into place. No.
Okay, I like the vibes.
Right into place. No. And all my broken puzzle pieces fall right into place.
I liked that. Okay, let's go. And then we create our character. Whoa. Okay, so I do know that we only have like 2 options. They're behind me, but we have type 1 who looks like this, and we have type 2 who looks like this. I like this one better. So this is the one that I'm going to choose, but first name, can we go back? My name's Kit. Nice to meet you. Can I change my last name? No, I am forever Marigold, and that's okay. Marigold's pretty cute. They, them. From Avonridge, okay, to Willowmist. I think, please write in capital letters. Should I? Really? 'Cause does it matter? Confirm. Yeah. Let's go. Oh, the air was chilly as you stepped out of your train and onto the platform, if you could even call it that. It seemed more like a graveyard than any of the train platforms you've ever frequented back in the city. No matter the hour, they would be completely packed with people coming and going, rushing for reasons you could never quite understand. For reasons they may never understand either. This platform was completely empty. No one waited to get on, and you were the only person who got off. Where chatter would usually greet you, all that you heard on this quiet platform in the middle of the countryside was the sound of the wind rustling the trees and the chirping of crickets hidden amongst the weeds. I am not going to chirp back at the crickets. I will do that for, like, birds, but not for crickets. I don't know how we would chirp. Welcome to your new home. Home sweet home, or something. Really is so quiet. Gathering up your belongings, which you brought only a few of, you quickly found your aunt's letter once again. Left from the station, then right when the wind picks up. I'm not sure what the weather has to do with it. Well, it's supposed to be a pretty small town. I'm sure I'll find it. I really like this. The trees, shrubbery are weirdly, can I show that again? Okay, my character's just gonna be here, I guess. They're weirdly triangular, but that's okay, that's okay. Hey, also, since my in-game character has, like, orange hair, should I have orange hair? Like, should we match? It doesn't quite match perfectly. I'm a little bit brighter, but should we match? Let's do it for a little bit. Anyway, wow. From the way your aunt had described the quaint countryside town of Willowmist, you'd expected 2 shacks and a farm if you were lucky. Instead, upon taking a left when you exited the station, you found yourself in a town center that was significantly more vast than you first imagined. You smiled as you pulled your suitcase up a small flight of stairs, eyes searching around the beautiful facades and rural landscape. Music drifted out from somewhere unseen. It seemed almost like the sound of change, of newfound freedom. A few people passed you as you continued onwards, though for the most part you had the street to yourself. Even that was strangely foreign to you. Where you grew up, there were always people around no matter the hour. You took a deep breath into your lungs. The air was cool and fresh. The scent of flowers drifted towards you as the wind picked up, changing course. So, right now? You glanced to the right and found a street there that ran away from the town center. What did she write? Turn around and walk backwards for 7 steps, then close my eyes and turn around again? She could have just sent me the address. With a half chuckle, half sigh, you turned around and began walking backwards, hoping you wouldn't crash into anyone, though the chances of that seemed slim at that time of night. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Slowly, you closed your eyes, removing sight from the equation, then spun back around and opened them back up. Then sitting before you was a quaint little store with green paneling and a sloped roof and a metal sign hanging above the door. It read, "The Willowmist Emporium of Antiques and Curiosities." There you are. I've been looking for you. Wow, what a line. You're even prettier than my aunt said. You reached down and searched under the doormat and quickly found the key that your aunt left for you. Its brass surface was marked with blemishes that all seemed to say how well loved this building was. The key turned in the lock soundlessly as you pushed the door open. Okay. It's interesting that your character stays on screen the entire time. Anyway, tables upon tables of antiques and knickknacks greeted you. A dozen different lampshades and chandeliers hung from the ceiling, lighting up the space. Wow. She sure has put together an interesting collection. Is collection the right word? It looks a bit too chaotic for that. Potted plants dotted the room, bringing a bit of life to the otherwise still space. Carefully, you put your luggage to the side, cautious of knocking over anything and causing what would be the worst game of dominoes ever. And then you walked through the aisles, if they could be called that, and inspected the store. You never visited Willowmist before, nor seen any photos of it, yet somehow you felt a strange sense of familiarity. It made you feel at ease, despite being far away from your home for the first time in your life. You dropped everything to come here. You quit your casual job, they were hardly giving you hours anyway, only a week ago. You didn't renew your lease. Fortunately, the timing worked out well, since it was coming to an end regardless. Friends back home only found out about your temporary move after a few days. Or just a few days before your train left. Honestly, though, you weren't that close anymore. It always felt like the friends you kept around you had other friends they would have preferred spending time with. That seemed to happen as you got older, the natural drifting apart of people who you once clung to like your life depended on it. You needed to change. So here you were, in the middle of the countryside town of Willowmist, surrounded by rolling hills and mountain ranges like you've never seen before. Jesus Christ. Whatever the man was carrying in a box a moment ago was now sprawled out all over the floor, dropped in surprise. With mouth agape, he stared at you, still grasping for words. Listen, if you want to rob the store, you could have done it before I got here. Common courtesy and all that. If I was going to rob a store, it wouldn't be this dump. Damn! Hey, my aunt probably put a lot of work into this dump. Wait, forget about that. Why would I be the one robbing the store? I was here first. If anyone was robbing it, it would be you. I didn't see you when I came in. I was in the storeroom. Can you prove it? Why should I be the one to prove it? You're the one who just waltzed in here. The man sighed, the most tired, exasperated sigh you'd ever heard, and the eye bags under his eyes seemed to give away who he was. All right, you're Florian, aren't you? Unfortunately. He has sass. Oh my god, I like him. And you must be Kit. The last time I checked, yeah. Why are you here so late? My train just got in. It was the only train coming into town today. Didn't my aunt tell you I was coming? The same way she tells me anything, vaguely. I didn't even know what you looked like. You nearly gave me a heart attack. Then we're even. But you're exactly like your aunt. Great. I'll take that as a compliment. You shouldn't. What are you doing here so late? Does my aunt really make you work this much overtime? No. I was just neatening up before you arrived. You just said you didn't know when I was getting here. What can I say? I have an amazing work ethic or something. You're suspicious as all hell, but I respect it. Still, you should get some sleep. You look tired. Did she at least tell you about the living accommodations? No. She doesn't really give details, as I'm quickly becoming aware of. No shit. She really just left all this crap to me. I ought to quit, that teacher. But what would I do without you? We don't know each other and we're not friends. You'd be fine. Then how about we be friends? I'm good. Damn! You can sleep upstairs. It's a mess. Sylvie isn't known for her neatness. The mess is fine. I'm sure I'll fit right in. Whatever. Get some sleep or don't. I'll be working for a little bit longer. Do you need some help? From someone who looks like they don't know which side of a mop to hold? No? It's the side with the sponge, right? I'm kidding, it's a joke. I know how to use a mop. You've probably been traveling all day, just sleep. You almost sound like you care. I don't. I guess Sylvie didn't tell you anything about actually running the store either. No, she said you'd teach me. Like I'm some expert, I just washed the floors. Fine, I'll try to help tomorrow afternoon. Not in the morning? I don't do mornings. I wonder why. Gathering up your luggage, you stared up. The staircase. Okay, I misread. Get some sleep soon, okay? Yeah, sure. Without another glance in your direction, Florian collected his dropped box, then went back into the storage room. One step at a time, you dragged your suitcase up the stairs and into your new home for the next 3 months. Give me a second. Okay, I had to, plug in my phone and do things. So. Your aunt's upstairs apartment felt almost like a continuation of downstairs, like a quilt stitched together with mismatched memories. A half-read book with the reading glasses resting atop the pages sat on the worn armchair. Tangled yarn as soft as clouds and as bright as spring blooms spilled from a basket. The table was set and waiting for you, expecting your company. That's really weird. Why would you leave a half-read book with glasses? Were you not expecting to leave? Okay. It was almost like time was paused here, in a place where vintage clocks softly ticked in unison, mismatched mugs rested in cozy clusters, and the air smelled ever so faintly of lavenders and old books. What? Something weird going on with my microphone. Okay. And that wasn't to mention the abundance of potted plants that filled the room. It was as if a forest had crept in and decided to stay. I like it. You placed down your bags and grinned like a child who had just found a new secret hiding spot. The weight of the world and all of your previous worries seemed to melt away, even just a little bit. This was going to be a fun 3 months, you could already tell. Unpacking could wait for tomorrow. For now, you unzipped your suitcase and pulled out your pajamas, then got changed and settled into bed. The sheets were crisp and white, the pillows fluffed, and the gentle atmosphere of Willowmist slowly began to help you drift off to sleep. As you laid there, surrounded by the scent of linen not your own, you swore for a moment. You could feel someone watching you. But then you fell into a deep sleep, none the wiser. Well, I kind of hope it's Florian. This is nice. This is a nice little, page. Okay. When your eyes fluttered open the next... Can we also talk about how, the nighttime stuff was all blue, and now it's the next morning and everything's, yellow? I love that. I love that so much. Okay. When your eyes fluttered open the next morning, a small amount of panic settled into your stomach. This wasn't your apartment. Oh my god, look at my pajamas. Right, Willowmist, Aunt's place. Not back home anymore. That'll probably take a bit of getting used to. You looked out the window where you could see sunlight cascading in from between the outstretched arms of trees. It still looked to be early, which was good. You wanted a chance to look around the store before Florian got back. Maybe you'd even be able to impress him. That seemed like a big maybe. You weren't sure, but he seemed like the difficult to impress type of guy. Well, you did like a challenge. You quickly dressed, then raided the kitchen for breakfast, which you found half-stocked with food. Okay. Your aunt left some fresh vegetables and fruits, and a few microwavable meals. They'd have to do for now. You'd find the grocery store another day. Hopefully. With a pear half-eaten in your hand, you made your way back downstairs. The store had a different vibe during the day. It seemed almost whimsical, like the collection of some peculiar witch who decided a horde of lampshades was better than herbs. You once again walked between the tables, noting that despite the clutter, everything was dust-free. Florian wasn't lying about cleaning at the very least. Ooh, nice, okay. A close-up look of everything. Walking up to the counter, you noticed a distinct lack of technology. There was no computer or electronic cash register there, only an old till that seemed to be an antique itself. All the accounts looked to be handwritten in a journal that sat upright in a book stand next to it. Either your aunt had a fantastic accountant or was committing tax fraud. Or maybe both. Still, the lack of anything electronic didn't surprise you. Since you were a child, she always wrote you letters rather than email or text. She was a little old school, but that didn't bother you. I'm getting vibes. If anything, receiving a handwritten letter was exciting to you. You didn't know anyone else growing up who got letters. Except for people getting bills, but no one liked those letters. You understood that greatly now. Standing behind the counter and looking out towards the shop, you felt an overwhelming sense of purpose. This was your aunt's treasure, and she was leaving it to you. Well, for a few months, but that was besides the point. Alongside that sense of purpose was a small yet persistent reminder of just how insane this was. Dropping everything to move to a town you'd never even visited because an aunt you hadn't seen since childhood. I'm somewhere in the middle of these two. Not gonna lie, it was exciting or it was daunting. Yes. You're right. Both. I guess it's exciting. It is the most exciting choice of your life. You needed something like this, a chance to get to know who you really were. It was a knock at the door that pulls you out of your introspection. A very neat, crisp knock, if a knock could be neat and crisp. You can see a tall shadow on the other side of the door, but no details apart from that. Florian? You open the door wide, curiously peering at a stranger on the other side, who looked you up and down, looked at his watch, then shook his head and walked past you and into the store. Excuse me. I had a feeling. Well, I hope you're not about to tell me you're Florian. That will make last night very strange for me. Florian? No, I'm not. I'm not Mr. Westbrook. I apologize if that disappoints. The mystery man put down his briefcase on the counter, then began pulling out paperwork and pens from within it, all right? Not sure I've ever met a man that's actually used a briefcase before. Kinda dig it. I suppose I'll just have to wonder endlessly who exactly you are then. I do appreciate a mystery as much as the next person, but... Right, it would be unlike Miss Marigold to leave you with any kind of instructions. He quickly pulled a business card out of his pocket. Emmett Finch, independent accountant at Finch Advisory. Okay, you were giving me account vibes. Oh, you know someone's important when their name is a part of the business. Maybe we ought to rebrand the store to the Kit Emporium. Emmett, and you must be Kit. I'll admit I've heard very little of you, so we're starting out on equal footing. In short, I'm your aunt's financial partner, her accountant. And now, by extension, yours for the time being. We have a lot to discuss regarding accounts, cash flow, and taxes. Such exciting topics for a Tuesday morning. He watched as he pushed up his glasses, then nodded. Any time is the perfect time to talk numbers. Oh boy. I appreciate working with someone like-minded in that regard. What experience do you have running a business? I had a lemonade stand once. There was one summer where I had a lemonade stand outside my house, though I don't remember paying any taxes on that. Don't tell, alright? Any actual experience? Like, with a proper business? Yeah. No. Understood. It seems my role will be a little more hands-on than in previous months. I will bill Miss Marigold for the extra time we need to get you up to speed. It sounds expensive. All the good things in life are. Quietly, you watch him shuffle through his paperwork before pulling out one specific sheet of paper. I'll be frank with you, but your name's Emmett. Miss Marigold's accounts are dire. Damn! Despite my protest, she makes little effort to remedy that fact. Sometimes I wonder whether she truly desires to own a business or not. Perhaps that with you around, we'll see some change. Perhaps we won't. Time will tell. Wow, thanks for the overwhelming support. With you on my side, I know I'm gonna knock it out of the park. I am supporting you. If I wasn't, I wouldn't be here. I'm just not in the habit of giving false promises. At the very least, we will aim for Miss Marigold to not return to bankruptcy. Return? Sounds like a plan to me. Oh, return as in once she's back from her vacation or whatever. I thought return as in she was bankrupt before. I stopped by to have you sign a few forms. Though only temporary, I like to keep my affairs in order. Sign here, please. One by one, you signed each and every form Emmett handed to you. Then boy, there were a lot of forms. Great, my hand's starting to ache. Stay strong, Kit. You can do this. I wonder what this guy's deal is anyway. He must be a local, right? Maybe this would be a good chance to try to make a friend. While you're here, can I ask you a few questions? Be my guest. I have a little extra time before my next appointment. I guess we'll start with, are you a local, just in case you aren't. Do you live in Willowmist? Yes, my practice is located close to here. You'll find my address on the business card I gave you. All right. Have you always lived here, or have I happened upon another wayward wanderer like myself? I formed my practice here, yes. I mean you personally, not your practice. I don't see that it makes any difference. Cool. You don't seem like the type of person who knows if there's anything fun to do around town, but I'm gonna ask anyway. Apart from doing taxes, that is. That depends on what you find fun. If you mean theme parks and musicals, then you're out of luck. Damn. If you enjoy hiking, dining, or live music, then there's plenty of that, okay? I'm down to try new things. I wish you all the luck trying them on your own time. I guess we can ask all three questions. So, how long have you been working for my aunt? It's been... He digs through his briefcase, nodding as his eyes scan the various documents. A year now, give or take a few weeks. Okay, that's not as long as I was thinking. How has it been? Satisfactory. Miss Marigold has had her accounts sorted and I have been paid, so I believe that counts as a success. How has she been to work with? Why do you ask? I haven't seen my aunt since I was a child. I was just wondering what she's like these days. She's fine enough to work with. Very memorable. That's all I'll say on the matter. Emmett looked down at his watch before setting his eyes on the door. I'll stop by in a few days to go over paying your bills and keeping the lights on. Until then, keep your accounting in the journal at the counter and I will assess it when I return, okay? I'll try my best. Apologies if they're not quite up to standard, but I'll have Florian here to help me. Hopefully. Actually, are there any good breakfast places around here? My aunt left a few things, but I'd kill for a nice breakfast while I'm waiting. There's quite a few decent establishments. Hey man, are you hungry? We could grab a bite and have a mini tour of the town if you're up to it. Killed it, Kit. There's no way he can turn you down now. Emmett adjusted his glasses again, his expression impassive. Unfortunately, I'll have to pass. I'm paid for doing accounting, not for eating breakfast and tours. Have a good day, Mix Marigold. Just like that, he gathered his briefcase and walked out the front door, the chiming bells the only reminder that he was there in the first place. So cold. Aren't people from the countryside meant to be super welcoming? Meeting Florian, then Emmett, seems a little harsh. Somebody new. You spun back around to the doorway after hearing the bells, but found no one there, okay? Strange. With a shrug, you found yourself turning back towards the store. It would be a few hours until Oh! I'm connecting the dots here. Why? Anyway, it would be a few hours until Florian turned up, so you decided you might as well familiarize yourself with the items around the store while you waited. And that was it, okay. You were surprised to find that a couple of hours barely scratched the surface when it came to inspecting the show floor. There was just so much stuff. And forget the amount of stuff, absolutely nothing had a price on it. Cool. Even digging through the paperwork at the counter, you couldn't find any notes about inventory or pricing. You were massaging your temples in stress when you heard the door chimes ringing again. Florian, please. Oh my god, yes! Hi. Wow, he really doesn't want to get sunburnt. I like the getup. Thanks, I don't like the sun. I can see that much. Did you manage to get some sleep? I guess. Are you gonna ask me how I slept? I have to. And if I said you did? How'd you sleep? It'd sound less interested. Funny that. Well, I'll pretend like you actually care then. Surprisingly, I slept really well. The bed was super comfortable. How fascinating. I'm happy for you, really. With a sigh, you watch Florian drop his satchel bag behind the counter before removing his various mismatched accessories. I don't suppose you worked out how to run the place while I was gone. I have questions. Do you really think my aunt would make it so easy? She never does. Fine, I'll explain, but I'm only going to do this once. If you don't pay attention, I'm not repeating myself. Even if I say please, I'll ignore you. Pretty please, I'll ignore you even more. We buy things for cheap, then sell them for more. That's pretty much the gist of it. And what? That's all you're going to tell me? What else is there to tell you? That's how it works. I know how stores run, Florian. Then why am I bothering to explain it to you? You gotta give me more details than that, or I'll run this place to the ground. Yes, I do need this job. Fine. Buy stuff, sell it for more. Also, keep it clean or no one will want to come in. Right now, we're pretty much out of rubbish to sell, minus a few things I put behind the counter. We're what? Thought you were going to listen to me. How can we be nearly out of things to sell? There's stuff everywhere. You watched him as he looked around the room, then shrugged. They're just your aunt's decorations. All of that is decoration? I guess. I don't know. I don't make the rules. I just help out. Crazy. How does anyone know what's for sale and what's decoration? I don't know. Fine. It's all for looks. I can deal with that. How much do I sell things for then? Whatever you want to sell them for. Great. Great. That's the one thing that I don't like about store management simulators, is needing to source my own product and figuring out what to sell them for all by myself. This is gonna be great, guys. How would I know? I'm not an antique salesman. Better become one quick then if you don't want to go broke. God, what have I gotten myself into? A mess. I wouldn't take on your job if my life depended on it. Just keep track of how much you buy shit for in that journal on the counter. You should be able to eyeball how much things are worth, but you'll get better as you go. Probably. You can probably just adjust the price later if shit's not selling. Doesn't really matter. Let me see what we've got then. Checking behind the counter, you noticed a handful of small knickknacks. They weren't much compared to the rest of your aunt's decorations, but they'd have to do. Alright, well, now what? You're the boss. I like the sound of that. Are you gonna call me Boss Kit? If I really have to talk to you, I'll probably just call you Kit. Wow, if you have to talk to me? Kita shrugged. Fine, it's probably for the best anyway. You wouldn't want all this power to go to my head. He shrugged again, then found a broom and began to sweep up the already clean floor. There were already a few people hanging around outside like they're waiting to talk to you or something. You're not a celebrity, are you? That's the last thing I could be bothered with. Not the last time I checked. The last time I checked, my Twitter account had 35 followers and most of them were bots. Probably not a celebrity then. Probably not, no. You walked towards the door, then flipped open the sign to open. It's not what it said, but that's what I said, so we're keeping it. Outside, the afternoon sunlight filtered down like liquid gold, hitting the cobblestone just right. The trees swayed gently in the light breeze, and the cool air carried a faint scent of pine and distant baking from a kitchen unseen. We breathed in deeply of that air for a moment, and it felt like an old friend stopping by to visit. Warm, comfortable. Hey, Florian? Florian? Huh? Oh, right. Forgot you were there. Wishful thinking, I guess. I'm gonna romance you so hard, you're not gonna know what hit you. I'm going to speak to you so much you won't be able to forget me next time. That's basically what I just said. Great. Have you ever felt like you were being watched around the store, by the way? Watched? You're watching me right now, does that count? No, I mean, well, it does, but not in this case. I mean watched when no one else is around. Not really. Not any more than is normal, I guess. There's a normal amount of feeling like you're being watched? In this town? Yeah, probably. Huh. I was wondering something, by the way. Did you grow up here? Yeah. Never chose to leave town? Nah, nothing out there worth seeing. Have you ever felt like being stuck in one place is like being in a cage? He paused at that, actually thinking. I guess the cage is pretty comfortable. I think that's why I came here, actually. I wanted to help my aunt, of course, but the winds of change pulled me here. It pulls a lot of people here, I think. Really? Yeah, a lot of people who don't fit in anywhere else. Maybe that's why I'm here, then. I doubt it. You look like you'd fit in just fine. You're muttering. Don't worry about it. You got family? Other than your aunt, I mean. My mom, but her and my aunt are a little estranged. They haven't spoken in years. I have no clue why. Huh. Usually people can't resist her. If she's popular like that? No, I didn't mean... Do you have a crush on my aunt, Florian? No. Not like that. Really, I just meant that she has a pull to her. She's annoying and nosy and probing, but she has a way with people. You can't help but get along with her. Okay? You seem a lot like her. Thanks. That sounds like a pretty big compliment coming from you. What about you, anyway? Does your family live nearby? Maybe. They maybe live nearby? I don't see them anymore. Oh. I'm sorry for prying then. I pried first. Your eyes found the doorway where a young girl of perhaps 14 or 15 stood, eyes on you curiously. Hello? You're not Granny Sylvie. Hi. I can pretend to be if you'd like. I guess if I squint, you kind of look like her. No, maybe not. The way you stand is different. I'm Kit. Granny Sylvie is my aunt. I'm just helping to run the place for a while. The girl studied you, crossing the room with a strange litheness to her movements. Or lithe? I think it's lithe. Standing before you like that, she leaned in close. Hi, I'm Vienna. Sometimes people call me Vivi. You look very interesting, you know? I like the way your nose joins your face and your eyebrows are cool. Thanks. I like your eyes. Do you have heterochromia or are they just contacts? They've always been this way ever since they were. Cool. Hey, you sell things, right? Pretty things, cool things. It's my mom's birthday tomorrow. She likes pretty and cool things since she's pretty and cool. Can I buy something for her here? Why don't you have a look around and see if anything catches your eye? You have eye catchers here? I'll be careful then. Just like that, she left you standing there, slightly bewildered, while Florian had made his way away from the commotion. When his eyes met yours, he gave you a thumbs up and mouthed, "Nice nose." Your hand went up to your nose. Really, it was a nice nose. You walked behind the counter, then settled on the stool while Vienna looked around the store. She examined things very curiously. Her fingers often just hovered over the surface of objects without touching them, as if she were somehow feeling their energy. When she did pick something up, she would turn it around and around in her hands, tilting her head this way and that to see every single angle. Her mismatched eyes narrowed, like she was looking at a difficult puzzle, when she was really just examining a teapot. She held it up to the sunlight, despite the fact that it was opaque, like it would reveal something hidden that no one else had ever noticed. Then she put it back down, not exactly where it had been, but close enough that you didn't feel the need to correct her. The strangeness of it all brought a smile to your face somehow. After a morning with Emmett and Florian, she was something fresh. Found anything? I can give you some suggestions too if you tell me a little about your mom. She's really good at finding things, not just keys or socks, but things you didn't know you lost, like hope or patience. Yeah, she's good at finding those. By the way, love that you're standing behind the counter. That's so cute. Oh, she laughs at colors too. Bright colors, happy ones. And her hands are always warm. That's really nice, actually, because my hands are always cold. I'm literally wearing gloves right now, and it's like... Hold on, I'll tell you the exact degree that it is outside. It's currently 46 degrees outside. There's no reason for my hands to be cold, and yet I'm wearing gloves as I play. Anyway, that's interesting about your mom, though. I think maybe this? Ta-da! Oh, okay. I just sold it for $7, I guess, so I don't have to do my own prices? Good. I think she'll like this. She likes shells. They're so quiet. I bet it knows how to listen, too. Perhaps, yeah. Thanks for your help. You're cool. I barely did anything, but you're welcome. Hey, if you ever need anything else, we'll be here. Thanks. I think I'll come back again. Maybe on another day when the sun is shining. Or maybe not. Great. Get home safely, all right? And I hope your mom likes the gift. Vienna waved towards you, then headed out the door with her purchase in her arms. Congrats on your first sale and all that. I hope they're all that exciting. Do you know her? Do I look like I know every single person in town? Honestly? No, you look like someone who would go out of their way to not know everyone in town. I mean, does she stop by the store often? Not that I've noticed, maybe once or twice, but I don't know. I'm usually in the storeroom. I can tell. You look like you need to get some more sunlight, mister. That was also, by the way, a really cute face for the main character. No thanks, I burn easily. They sell things for that, you know? Sunscreen, aloe vera. Why do you care? If I said I've fallen hopelessly in love with you? What? And then I could get lost in your eyes for hours upon hours. Hold on. I have a thing for that. That's the wrong one. There we go. Oh. My heart eyes. is also the same as the hide the UI button. Anyway, that's complete nonsense. Yeah, it is. I'm just pulling your leg. Sorry. Turning it off. You what? We work together now and will be for the next 3 months. I'm just looking out for you. You used to meet Karen, alright? Yeah, sure, whatever. I didn't ask you to, though. The bell chiming for the second time that afternoon drew you both away from your conversation, and Florian used it as a chance to retreat back to the supposed storeroom. That's actually really interesting now that I think about it. Not about the game, but about my buttons. Because that means in every single visual novel that I play, when I want to do the hard eyes thing, it will hide the UI. Because it's the same button. I'm gonna have to try and figure out, like, a way to get past that or something. I'll think about it when I'm not recording for this, but a problem I didn't think that I had. Beautiful Sylvie, apple of my eye, belle of my heart, would you do me the greatest honor of... The man before you wore his long... Why did you move him away from me? Bring him back. I want to look at him. He's nice looking. Anyway, he wore his long, wild hair back in a loose ponytail, and his shirt perhaps one button too far undone, depending on who you asked. He was down on one knee, as if about to serenade you with the world's most beautiful poetry. You may continue, or ask you to marry him. You are not Sylvie, I see, though I can sense her genes a mile away. You must be Kit. You watched him spring to his feet. He was certainly far more sprightly than he looked, and walked forward to put a hand on your shoulder. I've heard so much about you, and even that is not enough. He reached out to shake your hand smoothly, his energy contagious. I'm sorry, I'd love to return the favor, but you are... Oh, so the lovely owner of this store hasn't yet had the chance to mention me. That sounds like our Sylvie. Quinn Bakerland. I wonder what you do for a living, Quinn. At your service. Occasional poet, but full-time chef. And you and my aunt are... No, you misunderstand. Is she the most beautiful woman to ever grace this town? Yes, of course. Does my heart become a flutter when she walks into the room? Certainly, without a doubt. Do I near fall to my knees each time she speaks my name? That should be obvious. Where was I? Your relationship with my aunt. Right. Yes, we are dear friends. Right, friends. Well, it's nice to meet you, Mr. Bakerland. Please, call me Quinn. Family to Sylvia's family to me. Quinn, then. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but my aunt is actually out of town for the next few months. I'm just here helping while she's away. My heart shatters into a million pieces once more. But that is hardly your fault. I should not ruin such a momentous occasion. I have never met any of Sylvie's family. You must be very special indeed. No, I am. I am special, but I'm not allowed to say that. I guess I wouldn't say that. My grandparents have... Okay, give me the tragic backstory. Myself, let's go. My grandparents have passed away, and my mother and aunt are estranged. I'm really the only other family she has. And I can tell you are special to her. You would not be here if you were not. What did you want my aunt to have the honor of, then? This is most fortuitous. There is no one that could take our lovely Sylvie's place but you, of course. Are you fond of fine meals, beautiful atmospheres, and live music? Yes, and yes. Divine. I have a restaurant just off the main street. I have just created a new dish. I call it my Crimson Risotto. Roasted beets, rich vegetable broth, a swirl of cream, and topped off with mushrooms. Ah, my mouth salivates at the thought. Please, would you do me the honor of sampling my new dish? Who am I to turn down a meal? Delightful. But I need some time to prepare. Tomorrow night, I will astonish you with the finest food in Willowmist or beyond. And before I forget, welcome to town, Kit. There's no place like it. You'll be calling it home before you even realize it. Thanks, Quinn. I appreciate the warm welcome. And warmer it will get once you taste my cooking. I must depart immediately to prepare. Please await tomorrow evening with as much anticipation as you would give your birthday. Okay. With the heartiest laugh you've ever heard, Quinn left the store with a grin that nearly went from ear to ear. The soft, near-evening sunlight drifted through the doorway as he left. Pulling out your phone, you noted the time, 5:03, damn. Ah, shit. You scrambled to pull up your texts, where you could see nearly a dozen left by your mother to the tune of, "Did you arrive safely?" And, "Oh my god, you're dead." Sorry, Mom. I'm here, I'm alive, I just got caught up in everything, I'm totally fine. Kid. Dear Lord above, you nearly gave me a heart attack. I was this close to getting on a train there myself. Maybe I should have waited a little longer to text then. Not funny. I know. Really, I'm sorry. I'm just glad you're okay, my baby. Totally okay. Met a few new people here already, and mostly everyone is super friendly. The town is beautiful, Mom. You'd love it. Lots of beautiful scenery to paint. I think, honestly, I barely even left the store yet. You know I haven't painted in years. Maybe you just lack the right muse. I don't know why, because I'm right here. Anyway, I need to close up the store now. Alright, text me if anything happens, okay? Yes, Mom. Love you. You flipped the sign on the door over to closed as Florian re-entered the room. You miss all the fun staying holed up in that storeroom. I don't really care. I prefer it that way. So antisocial. Well, I guess I can understand in a way. Well, you do you. I'm gonna go upstairs and start unpacking. You don't have to stick around all night, you know. It's fine. I start late, then stay late. Why not just start earlier then? I just prefer it this way. It's quieter. Alright, I don't mind, really. Get home safely, okay? Sure, maybe. Leaving Florian to his work, you headed back upstairs. Piece by piece, you unpacked your belongings slowly. It wouldn't do you any good to spend the next 3 months living out of your suitcase. If you were going to live here, you were going to do it right. Still, you felt almost reluctant to disturb the quiet rhythm of the room at first. Your aunt had turned this space into a home, and gradually you were adding to it, making it become something more. Hopefully, something even better. Each item you pulled from your suitcase, a soft sweater for the winter here, a stack of well-worn books there, found its place amongst your aunt's belongings, like thread woven into someone else's fabric. A framed photograph of your aunt, much younger and standing in front of the store, sat nestled beside a ceramic teacup, its handle chipped, but cherished. You placed your own picture frame carefully next to it, unsure if it would fit. It somehow felt right, like a new memory slipping into an old album. You pulled out more of your treasures, the last vial of sea glass you collected with your mom, a well-worn notebook that smelled faintly of ink, and your laptop, which you placed on the desk. As you slid your clothes into the chest of drawers, you noticed that the sun had long since settled over the horizon. Packing had seemed so quick. Unpacking was another beast entirely. You found your way over to the window, hands full with a pair of tall pink glasses you'd been given all the way back on your 18th birthday, then lingered there, feeling the cool night breeze wash over your skin. The soft glow of the full moon was already casting its silvery light over your room, and in the distance you could see the mountains that loomed like gentle giants, their peaks softened by a veil of mist that curled around them in dreamlike patterns. Here and there you could see faint trails of smoke rising from chimneys, fading lazily into the sky, but mostly everything outside was still. You turned away from that window, suddenly feeling that familiar feeling of being watched again. And in the corner of the room, you saw it. Something, a person perhaps, floating a foot off the ground, head tilted to the side as if it were too heavy to carry, staring at you with wide eyes. What in the ever-loving hell is... Your time is near, you can't hide from me any longer. The pair of glasses in your hand instantly fell from your grip, smashing on the wooden floor. Shards went in every direction. Oh, shit. Your eyes snapped back up in search of the person, but found the space she had occupied, now empty. Am I not getting enough sleep or something? You knelt down, inspecting the damage. One glass had survived, luckily, so you collected that quickly and put it aside. The other one hadn't fared so well, though it was in mostly large pieces. Grimacing, you slowly picked up and disposed of each piece. Ouch. Just your luck, the final one was one that cut you. You quickly disposed of it, then cleaned your wound, but couldn't find the first aid kit anywhere in the room. It's me, I'm the first aid kit. Maybe there's one downstairs in the storeroom. I had a feeling. Florian, are you still here? I could kinda use your help if you are. What is it? I'm not paid to help you with personal stuff, you know. He walked out from the storeroom, arms crossed. Something really weird just happened. I swear I saw someone in my room. She spoke to me. Then I kinda dropped a glass and got cut. It's not that bad, but I could use a band-aid if we have any. All the color dropped out of Florian's face in a moment. He stared at you with wide, open eyes, mouth open slightly, yet no words escaped. You're... It's not that bad, is it? He almost looked like he was going to be sick as he charged out the front door, leaving you staring out towards him in disbelief. Wait, Florian. A tiny drop of blood dripped to the ground. I guess I'll find it myself? It didn't take you long to find the first aid kit. Your aunt had decided to forego the usual plastic box with a cross on it and instead had picked out an old wooden chest. It was a little scuffed and weathered with brass hinges that creaked when you opened it, but it was very much fully stocked. You found bandages in all sizes, neatly rolled gauze, and adhesive strips in patterns ranging from plain beige to princesses and knights. You also noticed a few other slightly more eccentric additions. A small vial of silver dust labeled for curses, a flask of dark red liquid labeled emergency, F only. Interesting. A broken mirror, which you made sure not to touch, and a note attached that read for illusions or lies. There was also more of what you had expected to see, herbs, powders, and other natural remedies. Your aunt was into that kind of stuff, after all. You pulled out a plaster, oh, okay, and quickly stuck it to your hand, but fortunately, the bleeding had already stopped. It wasn't much worse than a scratch, luckily. Plasters, you know, like when you're reading something and you read a word that isn't said normally in the place where you live, and it kind of like brings you out. It brings you out of like the, I don't know, just the paying attention to what you're reading. That was me with plaster. I know you're talking about a band-aid, but normally I call it a band-aid. No, let's look for Florian. Don't worry about it. I bandaged up my finger. You opened the door and poked your head out, searching the mostly darkened streets for Florian's figure. No matter where you looked, though, you couldn't see him. It seemed he didn't just step outside, he was gone. I didn't mean to upset him. I'll have to apologize tomorrow. Giving up for the night, you headed back upstairs and into your room, then settled into bed. Just like that, you fell asleep, surrounded once again by the unfamiliar scent of the store, and probably being watched, but I guess it's fine. Wednesday! Hooga! Your eyes shot open to the sound of someone banging on the door downstairs. With bleary sight, you look towards your phone. 6:04 in the morning. Not Florian, then. Ugh, I'm getting up. The banging on the door continued. It got louder the closer you became. Stranger, too, because it sounded less like someone's fist and more like a hunk of metal. Okay. I'm coming. No need to break the door down. Hey. My liege, I humbly kneel before you as both protector and servant. From this day forth, my life is yours to command. I, Dame Lucille del Rosario of the Order of the Crown, do hereby swear an oath upon my honor and my blade. No harm shall come of you while I yet draw breath. Your enemies shall be mine, your struggles mine to shoulder. What the hell? The mysterious knight lifted her head, looking directly towards you. You thought it was hard to tell with the whole helmet thing going on. Even if it shall cost me my life, I shall stand by your side. I ask for nothing in return but the chance to serve a worthy cause. By my oath, I shall be your steadfast shield and your loyal sword. At 6 in the morning? Honor and stuff is great, but at 6 in the morning? Honor and servitude know no time limit, my liege. The suit of armor rises, straightening out to stand taller than you. I think I might be a little confused. I understand trust does not come easily. Please, rest easy, my liege, for I shall prove myself worthy of your trust. Okay, hold on a second. First of all, just call me Kit. I'm afraid I cannot, my liege, for that would be improper. Please? If you wish, then I will make it so, Kit. My god. Keep calling me my liege and it's gonna awaken something? Damn, okay. Okay, good. Now, what's with the whole get up? Get up? The armor. My deepest apologies. It was not my intent to arrive here underdressed. I beg your forgiveness. What do you mean underdressed? You're in a full suit of armor. This set is hardly more than ceremonial. Lady Sylvie gifted it to me as a gesture of goodwill, and I wear it with pride. Alas, it is ill-suited for the trials of battle. A fine display, to be sure, yet lacking the weight and reinforcement required of true combat gear. Lady Sylvie deemed my true armor too imposing for daily wear. Intimidating, I believe she said. Rest assured, should the need for battle arise, I shall be ready. The armor gifted by Lady Sylvie may shine with splendor, but my true steel lies close at hand, prepared to serve. You know my aunt? One moment. The knight tilted her head slightly, then reached up to pull the helmet free from her head. For a moment, her face was obscured by the shadow of the morning light, but then she shook her head. You watched in amazement as waist-long hair tumbled free in soft waves, brushing over the polished shoulders of her armor, framing a serene, resolute face. Her eyes met yours, clear and steady. Holy shit, where did all that hair come from? I feel like there's so much to unpack here. Please forgive the dramatic display, Kit. Helmets do little to flatter, but duty requires practicality, even at the cost of appearance. To answer your previous question before making your acquaintance, I was in service to Lady Sylvie. With your arrival, it passes on to you. Do not fret, I will not stand in your way. You will hardly know I am here, but while you're in this town, I will protect you and this store with my life. I'm not totally sure that will be necessary, but thank you. I am but a humble servant. Your thanks is kind, though unnecessary. You watch as Lucille, now oh my god, helmetless, takes her place beside the doorway, sword strapped to her hip. I don't know if it really came out in my voice that way, but I really wanted to say helmletness. And it took me 3 times before I could say helmetless. Okay. I must also beg your forgiveness for not being present upon your arrival. I have had troubles with one of the contraptions in my place of living, what Lady Sylvie calls my apartment. A contraption? Yes, a magical device that produces water as if from thin air. I believe a curse was put on it, and water began to flood as far as the eye could see. Okay. Fortunately, a sorcerer removed the curse, and now it works as intended. Does she mean her sink broke? So, okay. You work with my aunt, but your sink broke yesterday, so you couldn't come to greet me. That is correct, indeed. So you live nearby? Yes, though I am not originally from this town. Oh, me either. We have something in common. I hail from the kingdom of Valinde, which was once present in these lands. Never mind. I see you are still in your night clothes. Do you require help in dressing? Huh? Are you offering to undress me right now? I believe that getting dressed requires one to first be undressed, yes. You need not question my intentions. They are entirely pure. I only wish to serve. It is too early for this. I think I'll be okay. I'll go get dressed and come back in a minute. Please, take all the time you need, my kid. I will guard the store in your absence. Lucille took her helmet back from where she put it aside, then slid it back into place. There's someone claiming to be a knight standing in my store, and for some reason I feel like the strange one right now. You headed back upstairs. So, you're gonna figure out what the whole ghost thing, right? And you're gonna be the reason why I figure out it's a ghost. Slipping off your pajamas, you shook your head. You'd never met a knight before. I have. You were beginning to feel like maybe this was all one long, extended dream. To be honest, I kind of dig it, though. I wanted things to be different, right? Can't get any more different than a knight waking you up at 6 in the morning and pledging allegiance to you. Lucille still stood by the door, posture perfect. She almost looked like one of the antiques on display. How's keeping order going? Well, Kit, no one intruded on your establishment while you were absent. I remain vigilant. Thanks, Lucille. Keep up the good work. I guess I'll just get to it. Let's see what to do today. Oh no. Words. Each item in your inventory has a hidden value range. Your job is to pick a price within that range, but it's hidden, so I won't know. Great. At first, pricing might feel like guesswork, but you'll get better as you go. Items come in different quality levels. Poor, normal, good, or perfect. Okay, your smart skill helps you estimate prices more accurately. Okay, how do I raise my smarts? Set and adjust prices before each shift. See how customers respond to your prices. Learn from the results and adjust prices for next time. Great! Okay. Drag and drop items to your schedule. Emporium, please take a nap. I guess I'm gonna clean the store in the morning, and I'm going to man the counter in the afternoon, because by then Florian will be here and he can clean while I... That doesn't do anything. Okay, there's like a scroll bar right behind me, but it doesn't do anything. It's sunny. Oh no, does weather have something to do with this? I'm terrified. Your aunt really did know how to keep an eclectic collection. It's a shame that eclectic collection attracted so much dust. Careful not to knock anything off the tables around the store, you quickly gave everything a once-over, then decided to spend some time rearranging the various items around the store. Oh, there's a dice roll to this too? Style check. Okay. Well, I won, so we've got that. Wait. Yeah, no, that was right. I did. Okay. At the end of your reorganization session, you think the shop looks a bit less cluttered and a bit more appealing, though whether the customers agree is another question. You even find $5. Nice. Sweet. Okay, let's go. The door chimes rang as someone, clad in protective gear, once again entered the store. You look down at your watch. 11:58 a.m. Perfect time for a break. Florian, what the fuck? Morning. Sir Florian, one can hardly call it morning any longer. Do the morning sun rays offend you so grievously you cannot bring yourself to join us until they have waned? Lucille crossed her arms, the distant sound of metal scraping against metal. She looked menacing like that, with her helmet still on. Florian just shrugged. Didn't seem he found her menacing at all. Yeah, nice to see you too. I don't know why you're acting all surprised. I've always started in the afternoon. Look at them both, covered from head to toe. A night rises with the dawn, ready to meet the day's challenges head-on. Yet you appear content to let half the battle pass you by. I'll leave the night shit for the night, if that's alright. Lucille placed her hand on her hips, tilting her helmet-covered head slightly, as if considering him. Do you not feel some obligation to lend your strength to the morning's labors? The store requires diligence at all hours, not merely those convenient to you. Lucky you're here then. I don't do mornings. If Sylvie doesn't care, I don't know why you do. Very well. If your current arrangement serves the store well, I shall not press further. But do consider that your efforts, no matter the hour, reflect your honor and dedication to this establishment. I don't think mopping floors is all that honorable, but sure, whatever. Honor comes with every job, Sir Florian. Whether one wields a blade or arranges wares, it's in the spirit in which the task is performed that matters most. Do carry on, then, but know that the dawn is a most inspiring sight, should you ever choose to witness it. Yeah, I know. Maybe one day. Good. I trust we shall work together most admirably today. When Lucille went back to standing by the door, you used the opportunity to catch Florian by the wrist and pulled him aside. Florian. He pulled his wrist away from you, eyes on the ground. Right, I forgot about last night. We'll cross that bridge when I've dealt with the elephant in the room. I'm guessing you've met Lucille before. Hard not to, seeing as she's always here. Maybe you can explain to me why there's someone in a full suit of armor in our store then. Please. Trust me, that's not her full suit of armor. You should have seen her when she first turned up. Sylvie hired her a few months back. My aunt did? Yeah. That's what she does, takes in strays. We really don't need an armored guard for an antique store, but she got the job anyway. I guess it gives her something to do. Why does she think she's a knight? Because she is one, apparently. I don't know, she looks like a knight to me. How could she be a knight? He has a sword. Is that the only requirement for knighthood? Okay, fine, she has a sword. Can't argue with that. Listen, about last night, Florian looked back down to the ground again, avoiding eye contact for a few moments before sighing and looking back to you. I'm scared of blood. Huh? That's all it was. I was surprised. Sorry. Should have said something. I wasn't trying to scare you. No, forget that. I apologize. I should have dealt with it myself. Come here. Florian grabbed you by the wrist. It was a light touch. He was careful not to hurt you as he pulled you towards the counter. Then he left you for a moment before returning with the same first aid kit you used yesterday, okay? Have you procured an injury, Sir Florian? Shall I fetch a physician? No, I've got it handled. I'm fine, Florian. It's a tiny cut. I already fixed it up. You're supposed to change it twice a day. I am? So it heals properly. Huh. I didn't know that. Are you really supposed to, legitimately, in real life, change a Band-Aid twice a day? Because my dumbass wears a Band-Aid until it falls off. So, a week? Depending, I don't know, I wear it for as long as possible until I literally can't wear it anymore. Just sit down. He dug through the wooden box, pulling out some antiseptic and a new Band-Aid. You really don't need to. I should be able to do this much. I have to. Sylvie said I should do shit like this. At that, you shut your mouth. Florian looked so serious in that moment, like this was about more than just a Band-Aid. He sat you down on the edge of the counter, then peeled away your old bandage after pulling on a pair of disposable gloves. Florian grimaced, almost putting up his nose at the sight of your cut, which really wasn't too bad at all. Luckily, it also didn't hurt. You sat there quietly as he performed his tasks like a ritual, putting the antiseptic on your cut, which stung like a bitch, then covering it again with an adhesive bandage. Thanks, Florian. It's not a big deal. Why does it feel like one? I really did see someone in my room last night. Whoever she was, she disappeared when I broke my glass. Well, I don't know, maybe the place is haunted. You think? Or maybe you just imagined it. Anyway, I gotta get to work. Right. Yeah, work. Thanks again, Florian. You're sitting behind the counter when the door opens and a short figure steps in, framed by the sun. I had a feeling. It's sunny today. You said you'd be back when it was sunny. Hi, I'm glad your store is still here. It would have been concerning if it wasn't. Yes, exactly. So I'm very happy. Did your mom like her birthday present? She smiled all day and night, and she's a good smiler. I'm glad to hear it. Can I help you with anything else today? You're back so soon. I didn't realize kids your age were so into antiques. The shop smells like fun, so I wanted to come back. Maybe I'll find something else to make Mom smile. The day is always good when she smiles. She drifted across the floor with that same light, careful gait, as if barely needed to step on the ground to move. It was strange, but interesting. Her path curved towards a tall antique mirror leaning against the shelf. The glass was a little fogged at the edges, silvery where the silvering had flaked. It's a pretty mirror, isn't it? But unfortunately, it's not for sale. I might be able to find you something similar, though. When you look at yourself, how do you know it's really you? That's a pretty big question for an otherwise quiet day. I like big questions. They fit more wonder inside. You step closer. In the mirror, your reflections lined up side by side. For a heartbeat, something odd flickered. Vivi's mismatched eyes swapped, left for right. And then the glass looked perfectly normal. You blinked once, twice, confused. Well, I like that. I know it's me because I remember being me. I've had this face forever. How could it be anyone but me? Okay, I'm liking it a little less. Huh. But history is heavy and memories can change. Do you think they could ever take a person away from their reflection? Sometimes I feel like I don't deserve my reflection. Like I'm wearing something very beautiful that belongs to someone else. And if I breathe too loudly, it might notice and ask for it back. But I want to keep it. She pressed her fingertips, almost, but not quite, against the glass, then dropped her hands abruptly and turned back to you. Maybe you can share your reflection then. That's not too bad. Sharing is nice. Thank you for answering. Of course. Can I stay here a while longer? Just a little until my mom is done shopping. Sure, take as much time as you need. By the way, shouldn't you be at school? Not today. I only go to school on the days I can remember to. Doesn't your mom mind? Mom likes it more when we're together. I think you'd like her. She's a very good mom. Vivi wandered away from the mirror, her hands hovering over shelves until she paused at a display of a small broken trinket waiting in a discount bin. I'm trying to figure her out because I feel like I have a few of the other characters figured out and I can't quite put my finger on her. There was a cracked porcelain doll head, a chipped teacup, and a wind-up toy missing its faceplate. Can I touch these? Be my guest. They're too damaged to sell anyway. If you find anything you like, you can just take it. She crouched down and gently lifted the doll head, tilting it this way and that. Then she picked up the broken toy and studied the round space where its face had once been. Her mismatched eyes lit up with some curious idea. With surprising deftness, she set the porcelain head against the toy's body, pressing the edges until they fit with a strange, uncanny snugness. The toy stared back at you with wide, painted doll eyes, its small key clicking faintly when Vivi gave it a twist. The figure lurched forward with a stuttering hop, the broad face bobbing as if it belonged there all along. See? Now they're both happier. The doll gets to move again, and the toy isn't faceless anymore. It's better when broken things share their parts, then no one has to be alone. That's creative. I don't think I would have thought of that. They're both happier now, even if one is gone and the other is a bit wrong. I'm impressed, Vivi. Maybe I should hire you to fix all our broken stuff. I could help, but Mom is done shopping, so I have to go. I can come back later if that's okay. I like that. Have a nice day, Vivi. Then tell your mom I said hello. I will. She'll like you, I think. You both smell like home. That's a new one. She gave a small wave, then left the store. You stared down at the strange mismatched doll and wondered what it could possibly mean. I wonder because I keep seeing like EXP or just XP, I guess. I guess it could be this, but I was wondering if there was anything history forward. I guess not. Is this? Go back? That is, okay. So I had clicked on menu, but it had clicked to like move on with the story. I thought me clicking menu pulled that up. We have inventory, stats. That's what I was looking for. Stats. I thought this was gonna say me. The most valuable thing in the shop? Me. Okay. We have no stars. I have no charm. Smarts, luck, handiwork, and style. Damn. Ooh. Okay, I didn't know Lucille was a romance option. I knew that Florian and Emmett were, but I didn't know Lucille was. Interesting. Okay. What else was here? Inventory? Oh, was I supposed to like be setting these prices? Oh no! That's why nobody's buying anything. They didn't tell me. Probably not haunted. From 1 to 17? $6 to 87? And 2 to 43. That's lowballing on this, but I don't know. I wish it would have told me about this before me just going in there. What else do we have? Preferences. I have to look at my other screen because my phone's in the way of this. Okay. Anyway, continue on. I'm friends with Vivi now. Oh. Confirm. Oh. Hey, now it's telling me to set my prices. Got it. Well, I already did, so, I think these are good. I've maybe put this down to like 8, but should I put this? You know what? I feel like 40 is... I'm gonna say 50. And 20? And that doesn't do anything. Okay. Oh. Yeah, okay. You get seated behind the counter, ready for today's customers. Yo! You're taking over the store wonderfully in my lovely Sylvie's absence, Kit. Thank you. The bells chime and a customer comes inside. Welcome. My coin purse and my heart are not in agreement. Okay, things are too expensive. Adieu for now, but not for long, I promise you that. See you next time. Okay, things are too expensive. You saw one customer today. Let's go. Okay, so I'm gonna... Oh, nope. I'm gonna bring that down to 8. This down to 40, like I said before. And this to 15. I wonder what would happen if you go back, you know? How much can I cheese this? A vintage stuffed rabbit. It stirs the heart like a forgotten ballad. I shall buy it. I've cheesed. Inspiration already stirs within me. Let's go. I sold it for 10, even though I had it priced for 8. I guess my pricing doesn't save when... Yeah, it doesn't save when I go back. So it's a random chance sort of thing. Not necessarily you have to get the correct number, but more of like the game rolls a dice for whether or not people want to buy it. Okay. Well, then we'll keep these. All right. Parting is such sweet sorrow, but I shall sweeten it with anticipation of my return. The customer leaves the store. Okay, I'm getting the hang of things. As the sun crested the horizon and day slowly began to turn into night, you turned your open sign to closed. Phew, another day down. It was pretty busy today. We had one whole customer. Yeah, I guess. Some days are like that. Other days, we're just twiddling our thumbs until we can go home. And frankly, that's more like what I was expecting. I thought an antique store in the countryside wouldn't have a lot of activity. Would an antique store in the city have any more activity? Maybe. Antiques and thrifting are pretty popular these days. I always thought it was only old people who liked antiques. What, you don't like them? Looks like a load of junk to me. Junk? You should not say such things, Sir Florian. I really wish you'd just call me Florian. Lady Sylvie has spent her lifetime curating this collection of fascinating oddities. It would only do you well to hold your tongue if it only spits distaste. Oddities is one word for all this crap. I mean, you do you, but is there a reason you work here if you don't care about the store? I care about the store and the owner, I just don't care about antiques. Your aunt helped me through some shit, gave me this job when I had nowhere else to go. I appreciate that. Doesn't mean I have to be into used lampshades and rusty axes. I guess that makes sense. Speaking of it being busy, though, how do I go about finding more things to sell? We'll run out soon enough unless I start pillaging the decorations. I don't know, go steal from someone's trash can. Do I look like a raccoon to you? Do you really want me to answer that? I do not think you look like a raccoon, Kit. Mayhaps you have more qualities similar to a red panda. Your red coat is divine. Thanks, Lucille. I'm glad someone here appreciates me. Your aunt had a few different avenues for her junk, I think. I don't really know the specifics. She does have an attic filled with it, though. You can pick through that. Might find something. Or you might find nothing. That seems more likely. Oh, an attic? Yeah, Sylvie's been meaning to sort it out for ages. If you get injured trying to work through the mess, it won't be my problem, though. I can dig out the key and show you tomorrow. Thanks, that sounds great. At that moment, your stomach let out a low grumble. Oh, right. Do you guys know Quinn? The chef guy? Yeah, I guess. You could not sound less interested. Florian rubbed at the back of his neck, looking away. He's nice or whatever, we just don't get along. I don't know, I guess we're too different of people or something. Sir Quinn is an excellent cook who makes feasts fit for royalty. Lady Sylvie did well in seeking his companionship. Companionship? Interesting. He invited me to his restaurant to try a new recipe tonight. I nearly forgot about it. Have fun with that. Aw, not even a little bit interested? I'm not hungry. I've got work to do anyway. What, sweeping the floors you've been sweeping all day? It'll be fun. For you, maybe. Anyway, bye. Have fun or whatever. At that, Florian left the room. Lucille? I would be honored, Kit. In truth, I had already considered offering to accompany you should you require a guardian for the evening. It's only fitting that I ensure your safety, even over a meal. It's just dinner. I don't think I need a guard, just a friend if that's all right with you. A knight's duty is not bound by circumstance. Whether it be a dinner or a battle, I would gladly be your shield. But a friend, indeed, I would enjoy the company. Perfect. I still haven't managed to take a look around town, so having a guide will save me from getting lost. Sir Florian has not offered to show you around the settlement? Truly? Well, then please, allow me to escort you through the town and show you its finest landmarks. No harm shall come to you while I'm by your side. Sounds like a plan to me. Let's make a whole night of it. A night of it? I meant... Sure, a night of it. The town of Willowmist glowed softly under the moon as you and Lucille stepped out onto the main street. The air was cool and fresh, carrying the faintest hint of blooming jasmine and the earthy scent of forest just beyond the town's edge. Somewhere, a distant clock chimed the hour, its tones mellow and unhurried. You couldn't help but think that time seemed to feel slower here. There really was no need to rush, was there? It's a brilliant night for It's a nice night for an evening. Though the weather has begun to cool off, remnants of autumn still remain. Leaves crunched under both of your footfalls pleasantly, singing farewell to their passing season. So, Lucille, how long have you lived in Willowmist? I believe it's been around 3 months now, give or take. Wow, that's fairly recent. What brought you to town? It's a long and peculiar tale, Kit, one I am not certain you will believe, but if you wish to hear it, I shall tell it true. This must be related to why she thinks she's a knight. I'd be happy to hear it. Very well. 3 months ago, I was not in Willowmist. In fact, I was not in this world at all, at least not as it is now. I hail from a time long past, an age of kings and castles, of honor and oaths sworn beneath banners fluttering in the wind. You stared at her, still trying to gauge whether she was pulling your leg or not. But Lucille looked completely and utterly serious. I was engaged in a most dire battle when the world itself seemed to shift beneath me. One moment I stood upon a battlefield. The next I awoke amidst the unfamiliar sights and sounds of this town. I like to think I'm easygoing, but time travel is a lot to take in. I understand your doubt, and yet I have no reason to deceive you. This armor, these weapons, even my manner of speech, all relics of an age long forgotten. Surely you have noticed their antiquity. You're being serious, aren't you? Swear it upon my honor. When I arrived, I had no knowledge of this place or this time. The world I knew was gone, replaced by one of strange machines and customs. She can't seriously be telling the truth, right? A potential ghost in the store, sure. A time-traveling knight? But I guess she really doesn't have a reason to lie to me. I'll just go along with it for now. That's kinda nuts, you know? Indeed, it is kinda nuts. How did you manage to adjust? That must have been a lot of change. With great difficulty, I assure you. Your aunt was the first to show me kindness. She took me in, clothed me, and taught me the ways of this new world. Were it not for her, I might have been lost entirely. For reasons I cannot explain, I feel as though I was meant to be here. Perhaps fate has a purpose for me still. That's one way to think about it. You're strong, you know that? Stronger than me. I wish I could go with the flow that easily. I am a knight, Kit. Adaptation and perseverance, or as you put it, going with the flow, are the very essence of survival. I've pledged my service to you not only out of duty, but because, in this unfamiliar land, you have given me purpose, and for that, I am grateful. Why do you think you are not strong, Kit? I see no reason to doubt yourself so. Strength is not measured solely by the swing of a blade or the weight of one's armor. It lies in the choices we make, the burdens we carry, and the resolve to continue forward when the path is uncertain. I suppose so. When did you become a knight, Lucille? I was 7 when I was sent to the local lord's castle to begin my training. 7? That's so young. I'm 26 now. I feel like I've done nothing with my life and fear that I would choose wrong. So much time has passed by me. I've seen friends start families, get married, climb the career ladder, but I'm still the same as I was 8 years ago. Is that why you chose to come to Willowmist? It felt like something I could do, a choice I could make. So, I guess so. When I began my training as a squire, a trainer once said to me that there is no shame in fear, only surrendering to it. Your path forward may be unclear at times, Kit, but it is there, all the same. Time spent on the journey is no waste. Oh, why is this one? I assume this is heart. Oh, you can't see it. I assume this is heart because it's like for the romance? Which is an interesting way to do it. Thanks, I appreciate it. I'm trying my best. I guess that counts for something, huh? Indeed, you are far more capable than you believe. Trust yourself, and you shall overcome any trial. I actually want to see just for seeing. So you have a way with words. You honor me with your words. I merely speak from the heart, yada yada. The way you speak is so romantic. Okay, can I like... What is it? This one? They have character profiles too? Oh, and they have a resume. Let's go. Okay. Oh my god, wait. Fuck everything else that I was doing. He doesn't do anything with enthusiasm, but he does get his work done. Not a fan of mornings. Interesting. An accountant. Very good at his job. I don't know why I keep looking down there. 2 December birthdays. Okay. 2 characters I haven't met. And I've done... Okay. Perhaps slightly enamored with your aunt. I got that, and then it goes back around. Okay. But that's not... I guess we still have to go through this scene. I'm not reading this. I'm just trying to see if this adds a heart to our... Okay, now, stats. I don't know. Okay, well, it's not what I wanted to say to begin with. I was just looking to see what the heart means, but that's okay. Anyway, I appreciate it. I think I read this. You're far more capable than you believe. Trust yourself and you shall overcome any trial. Well, with your words like those to back me up, I guess I gotta keep trying. Ah, I fear I've spoken too much and nearly forgot the purpose of our excursion. This way, allow me to introduce you to the fine establishments of Willowmist. The two of you, side by side, continued onward through the town center. As you passed a brightly lit building, Lucille gestured towards it. Behold, the farmer's market. It's most curious, it's found indoors. In my day, one would venture to an open square at dawn, yet here the bounty of the land is neatly contained beneath a roof. I must admit, it lacks the charm of market stalls, but the convenience is notable. It is open nearly no matter the hour. Okay. A grocery store? Yes, I believe that's what Lady Sylvie referred to it as. Further along, Lucille slowed her steps in front of a small clothing store, its mannequins posed in stylish outfits, many of which were winter coats. It would start to get cold soon, wouldn't it? And here we have the local tailor. Their wares may lack the intricate embroidery of royal finery, yet they seem practical and well made. If you have need of garments for winter, I would advise you pay a visit. Maybe we could take a look together sometime. I would be honored, Kit. She led you onward, pausing briefly outside a plain brick building with a glowing green cross above its entrance. An apothecary, though I have yet to have need of their services. The potions they prepare must be most potent in this age, with all the modern tools at their disposal. I'm not sure they use potions exactly, but medicine has probably come a long way. I can only imagine. I pray we do not have to find out anytime soon. Yeah, let's try to stay healthy for the next few months at least, right? You have my word. Across the way, Lucille nodded to a squat building with darkened windows. The local woodwright's workshop is just over yonder. His craftsmanship is impressive, worthy of a noble commission even, but... But? It's nothing in particular. The master crafter simply gives me a certain sense of unease I cannot place. I do not doubt his skill, but there is certainly something about him that seems unnatural. However, in this town, that is not such a strange thing. I'll keep that in mind if we ever run into each other. You humble me by taking heed of my word. My thanks. Now Sir Quinn's dining establishment is just up ahead. Oh, it's pretty. Okay. Let's go, Quinn. The atmosphere of the night seemed to change as you stepped into the Silver Oak. You were surprised to find it mostly outdoors, but that surprise was certainly not disappointment. Oh my god, there's a bird right behind me. Hold on. See if I can... There we are. That's so cute. Strings of twinkling lights crisscrossed overhead, casting a soft golden glow that danced off wooden tables and the cheerful faces gathered around them. The air was rich with a mouth-watering aroma of sizzling meats, freshly baked bread, and the faint sweetness of roasted vegetables. Every now and then, the scent of herbs and wood smoke wafted past, carried on the gentle evening breeze. Plates of food and frothy pints of beer made their way to tables, the clinking of glasses mingling with bursts of laughter and lively chatter. Someone at a table in the corner strummed a guitar. You came! Of course, how could I turn down the best chef in town? I brought a friend, I hope that's alright. The more the merrier when it comes to food, huh? So please, I reserved a table just for you. Sit. Before you could even place a hand on your chair to pull it out, Lucille had already done it. Allow me to do that for you. Ah, you're so well-mannered, Lucille. The world would be a better place if we had more people like you. I only help where I can, Sir Quinn. And so humble, too. Please, sit and enjoy the atmosphere. I got his voice back, don't worry. I forgot it for a second, but I found it again. Do y'all like that I'm doing like voices for every character? I don't know how different they are, but there's a little bit that I'm doing for each character. Please sit and enjoy the atmosphere. Deliciousness awaits. He sat down. Oh, I'm still talking in his voice. Damn. He sat down and Lucille adjusted your chair for you before sitting. Oh my god. Before crossing over to sit on the opposite side of the table. Her armor made a slight scraping sound, but you were impressed at how silent it was overall. Your aunt really did well picking that out. Where did she manage to get armor like that anyway? I swear there's so much I don't know about her. Maybe I'll get to ask her when she comes back home. It's only 3 months away after all. Oh, hey. What's her voice again? You seem deep in thought, Kit. Oh, my bad. I was just thinking about my aunt. A fair topic to be consumed by. Your aunt is a wonderful woman. I'm almost jealous of you and Florian, you know? Jealous. You two honestly know her better than I do. All we know each other from is letters. Even now I haven't seen her in, 21 years? That is indeed a long time to go without seeing one's own family. Yet you cannot deny the bond you share through your letters. The connection nurtured by words alone is no less meaningful. Yeah, but it's different, isn't it? I know her as my quirky aunt from the countryside who likes herbs and crystals. You, this town, really know her. Everyone I've spoken to seems to look up to her. She is the best of Willowmist. I do not think it an exaggeration to say that this town would not flourish as it does without her. Big shoes to fill. You needn't fill her shoes. Only bring your own. I like that. Lucille leaned back in her chair, her eyes flickering away from you. Nevertheless, I understand the weight of time lost. Probably better than anyone. I'm sorry. There's no need to apologize. Time, though it may slip through our fingers, grants us the moments we have now, and it truly is what we choose to do with those moments that really matters. Though I need not remind you, Lady Sylvie did not ask Florian or I to attend to her most prized possession while she was absent. She asked you. In truth, it's part of the reason I have so quickly trusted in you. Lady Sylvie herself believes in you. She could have at least left me some instructions if she believed in me so much. Forget talking about me anyway, I'm more interested in knowing about your knightness. Do you truly find it so interesting? I do. Is your armor heavy? It seems like a lot to walk around in all hours of the day. For one not accustomed to such a weight, perhaps. But I have borne this weight since my youth. It feels as natural to me as the air I breathe. She glanced down at her polished armor, her expression thoughtful. Truthfully, this set is quite light compared to the one I wore when I first arrived in Willowmist. That armor was forged for battle, with heavy plating and chainmail underneath. And it carried far more than its own weight. Every dent and scratch held a memory of the field or of my training. So this must be like casual wear to you then? In a sense, yes. I find it reassuring in a way. Wearing it reminds me of who I am, no matter how strange this time may seem. I don't think I could even stand upright in something like that, let alone move around so gracefully. Grace comes with time and practice, my friend, though I suspect you would carry it well should you ever wish to try. Can you use the sword? The blade I carry. Indeed, it is the same one I used in the battles of my youth. Youth hardly sounds like the right word. You look so young. Your words are most gracious, though I assure you my youth has long since passed. Were it up to my mother, and had I not chosen the path of a knight, I would have married many years ago. She often reminded me that a sword makes a poor companion, though I suspect she underestimated how loyal a blade can be. It's nice to know that despite the year, mothers are just like that. Your mother also wishes for you to marry. Probably. I think it has more to do with wanting grandchildren than wanting me to get married. But anyway, about the sword. You can really use it? Like, use it? I assure you, my training has not gone to waste. This blade has seen me through many trials, and though I pray it will not be necessary in this time, I am prepared to wield it should the need arise. Okay. I don't think I'll need you to stab anyone, but I do appreciate the offer. I will endeavor not to stab anyone in your presence. Maybe just not at all. At that, she cracked a smile. I carry a sword as an act, not as an act of aggression, but as a promise of protection. I would never harm another who is not deserving of it. I could hardly be called a knight otherwise. You're making me want to see you swing that thing. I bet it'd be real cool. Perhaps one day, should the need arise, I shall demonstrate. Until then, rest assured that my skill remains sharp. So, knights are allowed to get married? Indeed, though there are some limitations. We may not marry commoners nor people of higher status, unless arranged by our lords. I guess I just thought knights had to, stay single, like monks or something. Not at all. While some knights do choose to forgo marriage in favor of their duties, it's not a requirement. We are permitted to wed, provided the union aligns with the expectations of our station. So what happens if you fall for someone who doesn't meet the rules? Then one must choose between desire or duty. It's not an easy decision, but a knight's honor lies in loyalty to their vows. How complicated. Here I thought modern dating was difficult. Such is the life of a knight, but I would not trade it for anything. Honor and duty are the cornerstone of my existence, and to stray from them would be to betray myself. So, does that mean you've never, fallen for someone? Okay, I thought you were going to take that a different way. Lucille's composure faltered for the briefest moment, her cheeks coloring faintly beneath her confident demeanor. No, I have always prioritized my duties above such matters. There was little time to entertain the notion of romance. Well, maybe you'll get the chance to one day. Honestly, dating when you're young is overrated anyway. Maybe you'll find someone in the future, maybe you won't. Either way works. Truer words have never been spoken, Kit. Were I to continue as I am, protecting innocence and guarding the town, I would be eternally grateful. And if romance were to find me, that would be fortunate too. Okay. Hey, man. I forgot your voice again, but dinner is served. Quinn appeared as if from thin air, then placed 2 dishes down, one in front of each of you. Hold on. Unplugging my phone. What you saw would have been fit for the finest restaurant anywhere. The creamy beets were so red it almost surprised you. If it's delicious, then you will sing my praises throughout all of Willowmist. There's something about the way that he talks that just really, like the words that he says, the things that he chooses to say, that really pulls that voice from my chest. I don't know. Like, I don't know how his voice is going to sound, and then I start saying something that he says, and it just naturally springs forth from me. I don't know. If it is not, then simply strike me down, as I could not bear the thought of serving our lovely Sylvie's family anything less than perfect. Well, she brought a sword, so let's hope it's good. Ah, I am near trembling in my boots. Please, taste. Smells delicious. You raised a forkful of the risotto to your mouth. The creamy texture, the tender rice, the velvety sauce, it was beyond delicious. As you chewed, the earthy flavor of the roasted beets, almost sweet, filled your mouth. Quinn, this is delicious. Magnificent. You do not understand how that warms my heart so. I had worried for a moment. My prep time was cut short last night. The full moon does... Okay. The full moon does things to a person sometimes, you understand. Okay. I was thinking something else, but the full moon's a really big sign. Okay, interesting. Let's go. Nevertheless, enjoy. Fine company makes a meal even more delicious, huh? He looked back towards Lucille, who seemed to be enjoying her meal just as much as you were. Quinn wandered back through the tables, smiling and chatting to each person he passed by. Everyone looked happy to speak to him. He's really nice. Indeed, he is a noble man with a noble heart. We are fortunate to have him in Willowmist. Let's go! Okay. Oh, I leveled up, shit. Skill point +1, I guess I used that within my stats to change something, but I wanted to see this. Oh, okay. So I don't know what the hearts mean then, because I was thinking that that had something to the heart related words that you could say, because I was thinking that had something to do with this, but apparently it's just the events. Okay. I didn't look at your birthday and I really wanted to, and then yours is in November. You continued eating, eyes passing over the various people that sat at the tables. There were all kinds, friends, couples, families. The atmosphere was extremely pleasant, and it was easy to fall into the town's rhythm. Absent-mindedly, you looked past Lucille's shoulder, your eyes locking onto someone sitting a few tables away from you. Okay. Oh, okay. That guy does know how to cut loose. I guess he doesn't like me in particular. Damn. Oh well, no loss there, I suppose. Oh, this up here I just now noticed. Available skill points. Click to assign. Okay, let's read through all of them. Sweet talk customers. Paying more during haggling, buying more than one items and offers you better deals. Okay. Accurately assess an item's worth and spot fakes. Spot fakes! Okay. Rare items. Quality of restored items. Okay. More customers to the shop. Oh no. All of these sound good. I think I'm gonna go smarts because that's the thing that I'm kind of most worried about. But I guess we'll see. Oh, click to assign. Oh, okay, you have to click this first and then click the skill that you want. Okay. Hey, Lucille? Yes, Kit? Don't turn around too quickly, but do you know him? She spun around incredibly obviously. Sir Emmett. Yes, he is often around at the store assisting Lady Sylvie. What do you think of him? Lady Sylvie believes him to be a man of his word and extremely talented in his work. So my aunt likes him. That's good. He's a bit cold. As far as I'm aware, he's like that with most people. Sir Emmett likes to keep a professional distance from much of the town. I'm gonna make that man my friend. I sorely hope it is not the last thing you do, but I will happily support you in your endeavor. You will? Indeed. Though he does not say it, I can only imagine that keeping such a distance becomes lonely at times. Putting that aside, however, perhaps it is time for us to take our leave. Both of your plates had long since been scraped clean, neither of you daring to leave even a single crumb behind. We'll have to do something to say thanks to Quinn. He didn't have to do all this. You both stood from the table, leaving your way past the other guests. As you passed Emmett, he looked up from his plate and met your gaze, more directly than usual. Oh, Kit. There you are. I was hoping I'd run into you. Oh? I've been meaning to say something. I've been thinking about it for a while. Oh, go ahead. Propose. You're doing better than I expected. Thank you. That's not bad. I mean, it's good. Thank you. The store, the town, it's not easy. You make it look easier than it is. I don't think I've said that before. I should have. Are you feeling okay? I've never been better, Kit. Maybe a bit warm. Is it warm tonight or something? Aren't we going into winter? Maybe it's just you. I'm warm? Yeah, you seem warm. What was I saying? Something about me being warm. Right, that. You should stay. As fun as that sounds, I'm actually out with Lucille tonight. Why? We were having dinner. I should have asked first. Next time, have dinner with me. I would like that. Good, that's good. Get home safe, and don't forget you promised. I have one thought, but I don't think that it is correct. Okay, I'm still trying to figure him out. I feel like I know most people, but that one was a little bit weird. You hurried away with Lucille, waving thanks to Quinn on the way out. Lucille, I fear we may have witnessed a real-life bona fide demon possession. Sir Emmett, you mean? He was being uncharacteristically amiable. He shot me down instantly when I suggested hanging out together outside of work. Perhaps he had a change of heart. You are wonderfully charming, Kit. Thanks, but I don't think so. Seriously, we need to call a priest or something. I shouldn't let that distract me though, Lucille. Thanks for coming out with me. I had a great night. Food really is better with good company. You have my thanks for allowing me to accompany you, Kit. It was truly wondrous to get to know you as a person. Do you live far from here? Want me to walk you home? That will not be necessary. Please, allow me to walk you home instead. As your knight, it is my sworn duty to ensure your safety. To allow you to escort me instead would be unthinkable. Willowmist seems pretty safe and quiet, though. I don't think you need to ensure my safety or anything. It's a quiet town, yes, but even the stillest waters may hide unexpected dangers. As your companion, I cannot allow you to face the night unguarded. Seriously, it's like a 10-minute walk. 10 minutes or 1 hour, it matters not. My role as your protector does not end when the sun sets. Please, allow me to fulfill my oath. You sighed, but found it more amusing than anything. All right, you win, Miss Lady Knight. Lead the way. As it should be, my liege. Kit. Lucille's voice softened, the faintest glimmer of a smile touching her lips as she gestured for you to follow. Together you stepped through the cool night air, the quiet streets of Willowmist stretching before you. Right, Kit. There we go. I am now safely deposited back home. All is well with the world. Now I feel bad letting you walk home alone. Please, do not trouble yourself with such thoughts. If anyone even entertained the notion of harming me, I would be able to defend myself. And as you say, Willowmist is quite safe. Then you agree you didn't need to walk me back? Safe or not, it's my duty to see you safely home. But I will admit perhaps my insistence was not entirely selfless. I find that I rather enjoy your company. Her tone softened, a glimmer of warmth in her usually composed demeanor. So, while it's my honor to fulfill my role as your knight, I must confess, it's also my pleasure. Oh, someone's a smooth talker. Only an honest talker, Kit. And now that you are safely home, my mission is complete. I bid you good night, with the hope that we shall meet again on the morrow. She offered a light bow, her golden hair catching the soft glow of the night as she turned and began her journey home, leaving you with a faint smile lingering on your lips. Man, she's really great. You turned towards your door, digging the old key out of your pocket. It was halfway turned in the keyhole when you heard voices within. Voices? This sounds like a child, you know? Like, I win, Florian loses. Someone owes me $5. What are you even gonna do with $5? You pushed open the door, peering curiously into the room. If you're the ghost, that's my voice for you now. Ah. Jesus Christ, can you stop sneaking around in the middle of the night all the time? Maybe you should spend less time skulking around here in the dark then. Was someone else here? Huh? I thought I heard you talking to someone. At your comment, he rubbed the back of his neck, looking away. What weirdo would be hanging around here this late? Thought Edel. You, for one. I work here. Uh-huh. At night. Alone. In the dark. So just talking to yourself, huh? I guess so. Anyway, I'm busy. You sure look it. How was dinner? It was lovely. Quinn is an amazing chef. You really missed out, you know. Yeah, I know. At that, Florian's face dropped. I'll get back to work. Sure. Have a nice night. You let out an audible sigh when you finally reached your home away from home. The weight of the day's events had finally began to settle on your shoulders. Every day seemed to be like that lately. Now dressed in your pajamas, you got yourself a nice, cool glass of water and settled down on a chair. Willowmist sure was strange, and boy, were you enjoying it so far. I am. I wonder what was up with Emmett, though. He said he'd stop by sometime. Maybe I'll get the chance to ask him. Maybe he really was swayed by my overwhelming charm. A gentle breeze reached you from the open window, and you closed your eyes, leaning back and enjoying the feeling. And then you heard rustling. Opening your eyes, you saw a piece of paper of some kind drift in on the wind before settling on top of the wardrobe. Man, I'll close the windows if trash comes in on a breeze. You stood, then made your way over to the dresser, which you realized was far too tall for you to reach the top of. Great, I'm gonna be stuck with trash forever. That won't annoy me at all. I guess I'll ask Florian for a ladder tomorrow. Maybe the storeroom has something. At that, a soft, gentle green glow began to envelop the piece of paper, and it slowly fell into your outstretched hand. What? It seemed to be a letter, although rather short, it read. So, I might have gone a teensy bit overboard last night. It was supposed to be funny, not, glass smashing, hand slicing funny. Anyway, I'm really sorry I made you get hurt. I really didn't mean for that to happen, promise. I hope you're feeling better. Yeah, you give me like child vibes for some reason. At the bottom was a hugely elaborate signature that you couldn't quite make heads or tails of. What in the... A teensy bit overboard. Is this Florian pranking me or something? Right, Kit, this has got to be Florian. If it's not Florian, then... You glanced around the room, half expecting someone to jump out laughing, but the stillness of the room answered with silence. Your gaze returned to the letter as the sinking realization began to settle in. If it's not Florian, then no one else knew about the glass. Someone was in here. There is a ghost. Hey, ghost. Once again, I'm really chill. No one answered. Well, I'm going to sleep now. Please don't steal my soul or anything while I'm asleep, alright? I promise it won't taste good. You quickly crawled into bed, settling into the soft sheets. No ghost disturbed you as you fell into yet another deep, restful slumber. Okay. And now it's Thursday, and it's cloudy. Okay. You awoke to a commotion from downstairs that was slowly becoming commonplace around here. Rising out of bed, you dressed, grabbing an apple on the way down for breakfast. You're up bright and early, sunshine. Oh, I didn't mean to wake you up. You found Florian mopping the floors again. Is that why his name is Florian? And a toppled-over suit of armor that had previously been leaning against the back wall sprawled out onto the ground. Sir Florian, you ought to take heed. Though I admire your dedication to arriving earlier in the day, it's no use if you cannot perform your duties correctly. It was an accident, okay? What are you doing here so early? Wait, you did go home last night, didn't you? Florian. I was busy, alright? You can get off my back about it. There's really nothing to keep you that busy here. I would never expect or want you to do that. I haven't been able to sleep anyway. Might as well be doing something useful. Even if you can't sleep, you should be resting. The key to a steadfast body and mind, Sir Florian, is rest. Even the finest knight cannot provide or protect their charge if they are worn down by exhaustion. I'm going to take you upstairs, smother you into bed, like pillow over your head until you go to sleep or just chill or whatever. The seal stepped forward, then stood up in the fallen suit of armor. A lack of sleep dulls the senses, clouds judgment, and weakens resolve. Trust me, I have seen even the strongest falter when they neglect their rest. Yeah, well, good for you knights. Maybe you guys don't have insomnia. Sleepless nights are not foreign to me, but to push yourself without reprieve only invites disaster. She's right. It's not even about the sleep so much, it's about giving yourself a break. You need it. You deserve it after a long day's work especially. I don't want a break. I want to keep busy. I can see that. Florian's hand tightened around the mop handle. You cannot pour from an empty vessel, Sir Florian. You two are way too nosy. I mean, isn't it kind of my job to be nosy? Just get some rest. Don't worry about work today. Fine, if it gets you off my back. No promises I'll even be able to sleep, though. We do not ask for We do not ask for Really? Twice in a row? Come on now. Perfection. Now say it in a breathier voice. Perfection. We do not ask for perfection, only effort. Finally, he leant the mop against the wall, then ran a hand through his mop of hair. You couldn't help but notice the slightly more defined eye bags under his eyes. He then started on his way upstairs. Yep, go ahead. No. Well, I don't want to put him out the door, so I guess I'm saying that's my bed, mister. That's awfully forward of you, Florian. Actually, this is okay. I like this. What? I know you're tired, but you do have your own bed, don't you? What are you saying? I said I'd show you the attic. The attic! I was just gonna show you it before I leave. God. It has nothing to do with your bed. Fine, but after this, go home. Yeah, whatever. Oh, okay. Alright, you can sleep in my bed though if you wanted. I'm not very possessive of my bed. Dust motes danced through the beams of light that filtered in through the stained glass window at the back of the room. It left a splash of colorful patterns across the jumbled, mismatched antiques that filled the attic. Old trunks, boxes overflowing with trinkets, well-loved books. Ta-da, the attic. Like I said, Sylvie's been meaning to clean this crap up to sell anyway. And by crap, I mean there's a lot of rubbish here. You might find nothing worth selling. I don't know. And there certainly is a lot of stuff. You can say crap. Okay, crap. But I'm sure there's a lot of treasures hidden amongst the crap. Maybe, if you squint hard enough. As you moved through the room, your eyes caught something odd. A flash of movement near the shelves. You turned only to find something, or someone, okay, hanging upside down from the edge of a high shelf. Her bright smile and sparkling eyes pointed directly at you. Ta-da! You stumbled backwards, barely catching yourself before you tripped over your aunt's collection of used phone books. Before you could even process what was happening, the figure slipped, letting out a startled yelp as she tumbled to the floor in a heap. You winced, waiting for the sound of impact, but nothing came. Ow, ow, ow. Wait, that didn't even hurt. Why am I saying ow? Are you okay? The figure popped up immediately, brushing herself off with a sheepish grin. Never better. Another flawless landing by yours truly. You fell. Thank you. I know my graceful performance was one you'll remember forever. Please, hold the applause. I accidentally hit my mic. Could you hear that? No, I'm tapping my mic. We're fine. Then you noticed that she was ever so slightly transparent. She struck a dramatic pose, her hands forming a heart over her chest as she splashed you a dazzling grin. Hello, kid. It's so exciting to finally meet you. You're in the presence of future international superstar and idol, Winnie. She twirled in place, but her motion ended with a slight wobble, making you instinctively reach out as though to catch her, but your hands passed right through her. Winnie? Wait a second, you're the girl who was in my room the other night. You're a beautiful woman with adoring fans all over the world. The only fan you have is that one. Florian pointed to an old, dusty electric fan that sat in the corner of the room. Boo, you suck. I have loads of fans. Where are they then? Here and there. You wouldn't know them since all you do is sit around at the store every day. That's funny coming from you. Overwhelmed, you sat down on the wooden floor, staring towards this insane display. Anyway, you can just go away if you're gonna be such— I'm like trying to figure out a voice for her. Every single time I say one of her lines, it changes. Originally, it was a little bit more Valley Girl, during like the $5 conversation, you know? And a little higher, it was like, anyway, you can just go away if you're gonna be such a spoil sport. I wanna talk to Kit. Shoo, Stinky. I'm not stinky. Hi, hey, why are you sitting on the ground? You're gonna get all dusty. She rushed over, then squatted down beside you. I think I'm keeping that one. I think the dust is the least of my worries right now. Florian, am I going crazy or something? Maybe, but that has nothing to do with her. So she's real. Unfortunately. Hey, I'm right here, you know. Why didn't you tell me? Well, I figured you'd have to find out eventually. She's hard to miss. I'm the only one keeping things lively around here. If it were up to Florian, the whole place would be a ghost town. No pun intended. A ghost. In the store. Sure, why not? We've got a knight. Why not a ghost, too? Aw, your thinking face is so cute. Maybe you should be the super famous internet idol. That would make one of you. Anyway, I'm really sorry for scaring you. No, you're not. I'm really sorry that scaring you made you get hurt. I really didn't mean for that to happen. I just maybe kind of had a bet with Florian over whether or not I could spook you. Now Florian owes me $5. I'm going home. Good luck dealing with that one. That one? I have a name. With that, Florian left, heading back downwards and out of the store. So anyway, now that he's gone, I have something I want you to help me with. You do? Is it like dealing with something you left behind before you— I want to become the most famous internet idol ever. Oh, right. Of course, I should have guessed. And if you help me with it, I'll promote the store. It's a win-win for both of us, don't you think? I get all the adoring fans, you get lots of people visiting your store. Come on, what do you say? Pretty please, pretty please. It'll be loads of fun, I promise. I can try. I don't know much about idols or becoming famous, though. Scratch that, I know nothing about idols or becoming famous. Yay, you're the best ever. You're pretty much my manager now. I don't know about that, but I can try to help you at the very least. Right now? How about later tonight? I'm about to open a store, but once it closes, I'm free. Oh, this is going to be amazing. We'll have to pick outfits, make videos, maybe even do live streams. Oh, would you do my hair too? Oh, I have so many ideas already. Maybe we could even make you a theme song. Oh my god. How could I forget a theme song? Can you make music? I guess I've played the guitar before. Really? I was 12, but who's asking? I'm so excited. By the way, Winnie, why don't you introduce yourself sooner? I don't bite. Well, not unless you ask nicely anyway. Oh, Florian told me I shouldn't talk to you. Huh? Does he really hate me that much? No, Florian doesn't hate anyone. He's a big softie under all that emo-ish blandness. He said you were from out of town and you might not be into the whole, ghost thing. He thought it might be a better idea to wait a little and see what you thought of the town first. What, is the whole town hiding a bunch of ghosts I don't know about? Maybe? I've never met another ghost. Even thinking about meeting a ghost gives me the shivers. You're afraid of ghosts? Well, yeah, who wouldn't be? And that doesn't seem at all funny to you? What do you mean? Don't worry about it. You stood up from the ground, then dusted off your clothes. It really was dusty down there. I better get to work, so, do you just hang around in here? You go wherever the fun is. That'll be all over the place now that we know each other. Yippee! That sounds dangerous. Okay, I'll let you get to work for now, but tonight you're all mine, okay? Don't forget, we're gonna make magic happen. Got it. Tonight, magic. Sure, I'm all yours. They'll call me Kit the Wizard with all the magic I'm about to make happen. Later, that is. Now I have to be Kit the Shopkeeper. What was Lucille's voice again? Lady Winona, it's good to see you fine and well. Lucy! Winnie charged forward, then jumped as if to hug Lucille, and went straight through her. Aw, one day it will work. It's the thought that counts. I will prepare my stance for the day it does. That's the spirit. Was that pun intended? That's my secret. I am pleased to see you have become acquainted with each other. The store was far too quiet without Lady Winona around. Aw, you're making me blush. I am only speaking the truth. Well, I think you're trying to make me turn red. You're so charming, Lucy. Honesty is not charm, Lady Winona. It is simply the way of a knight. Well, I think you're charming, and noble, and strong, and... Are you trying to make Lucille join your idol group or something? I've never heard so many compliments in one breath. Maybe. Just imagine a knight idol. Have you ever heard of something so cute? I fear my talents do not extend to performance arts, and cute I am not. Boo. I think you're plenty cute. Don't you think so, Kit? You're both cute. Honestly, we might end up with a queue of people outside today just to see the two of you. A whole line of adoring fans, yay! Lucille nodded, seriously. If that is the case, then I shall remain on high alert. Lucille? With increased popularity comes increased risk. Should a crowd gather at our doors, I will ensure no trouble befalls you or Lady Winona. That's appreciated, but I'm not sure necessary. Oh, Lucille. You should totally be my bodyguard when I go viral. Every idol needs a super cool knight watching their back. If it's a matter of security, I will, of course, fulfill my duty. Do you mean an actual bodyguard or a part of your act? Well, picture it. The amazing idol Winnie and her gallant guardian, the unbreakable Dame Lucille del Rosario of the Order of the Crown. That title keeps getting longer and longer. Good branding is key, don't you think? If my presence lends credibility to your efforts, I shall assist in any way I can. However, should any real danger arise, I will take my duty most seriously. I would not let harm befall either of you. You smiled, shaking your head as Winnie practically sparkled with joy. All right. Let's focus on opening this door first. If a horde of admirers shows up, I trust Lucille to keep us all safe. You have my word. Oh, I'll handle the fans. This is so going to be our big break. I'm not sure ghost idols to be come with fans, but that's all right. Time to get to it. All right. So Florian's not going to come in the afternoon. I feel like we should sort and then man the counter. Okay. I feel like we're pretty clean. While tidying the attic, you tugged a dusty box from behind a stack of hat cases and found something curious inside. A travel vanity filled to the brim with eyeshadows, blushes, lipsticks, and more. Okay. What's that I spy? Makeup. Oh, Lucille, come here. Is someone in... God, a little bit more breath here. Is someone in peril? Look at what Kit found. Truly, a treasure. The craftsmanship is beautiful. It would suit you, Lady Winona. If only I could actually use it. I know it's not the same, but I could help you use it on someone else. But who would... Lucy. Me? I have never worn such a thing. I do not think it would suit me. Aw, Lucy, you would look super pretty. I mean, you always look pretty, but it'd be fun. Only if you want to, though. For all we know, this makeup is cursed. Knowing Lady Sylvie, the chances are high. However, I will admit I'm curious. So, I suppose it would not hurt to try. Yay! I shall place myself at your service, Lady Winona and Kit. That's the spirit. Okay, Kit, brush in your right hand. No, your other right. First of all, maybe some blush? That would bring out her cheekbones and the rest could follow. Just a little, though, and maybe some eyeshadow to match. Your counsel is deft, Lady Winona. Blush and eyeshadow it is. Here goes nothing. Let's attempt some makeup. I believe in myself. Let's go. Let's go. I don't understand. It's... I see. Okay. It just really confuses me by like the 4 plus 4. I guess I just want to see like 8 and then plus the 1. I don't know. By the way, have you ever really worn makeup? Have you really never worn makeup before? Nay. While the women of my village were picking up their first rouge blush, I was already long in training as a squire. The most adornment I was afforded was the armor on my body, not upon my face. Armor's still adornment, just heavier. Your words ring true, Kit. I have owned many ceremonial sets of armor in my lifetime, some which had been passed down for centuries. Perhaps this is not so different. And there we go. What do you think? You held up a mirror to Lucille's face. You had a light touch. The makeup wasn't too apparent, but accentuated Lucille's features in a delicate way. Is this truly my face? It's a wonder, truly. You're so pretty, Lucy. You really worked your magic. All the credit goes to my director. A joint effort. Thank you, both. It's not often I indulge in such things, and I must say it has left me wondering if I missed out on a great deal in my younger years. There's plenty of time left to make up for it if you like. You're too kind, Kit. Truly, you have my thanks. With that, you packed away the makeup and continued your searching. Okay, we are a little bit early, but I think I'm gonna end this recording here. I'm getting sleepy, you know, and I feel like you can kind of feel that through me reading. I feel like the sleepier I get, the worse I am at talking, at reading text. So I think I'm gonna end this here. I've been fighting it off for a while. And I don't know, it just feels right. But I'm really enjoying this game so far. It's not, you know, I said before that I was excited for it, but I was also a little bit worried because of the actual like store running aspects. It's not as bad as I thought that it would be. And I think it's interesting the way that they've implemented this. Plus also like this just has that 2.5 Studios writing to it, or maybe more of just like the A Date with Death writing to it. Though I guess I laughed a lot also during the Divine Speaker. Not so much Dreambound because that was more of a depressing story. But there's just something in their writing that is so fun and funny to read, I guess. Like, I don't know, it just, there's something in it that really resonates with me, and I really like their games a lot. So I'm super excited to see this game come out and see a little bit more of the demo. That was a really loud crack from inside my house. Cool. But I'm gonna go ahead and end this recording here for now. Let me visibly save wherever the save is. Oh, quick save? Preferences? I guess I want quick save. Wait, is there not? Is there not a good, like, saving mechanism? That's weird. Preferences? That's not it either. Oh, it's in preferences, apparently. Savor the memory, that's so cute. So there's a quick save, and then load is different. Huh. I guess for if you wanted to save before you do like a dice roll or something, you could quick save and quick load, which is nice, but also you could just hit page up and page down. You know, page up to go backwards, page down to go forwards, I guess. Interesting. Another side to this game that I wasn't aware of. And I guess if you weren't like really knowledgeable about visual novels and the way that a lot of them work, you didn't know that you could hit page up to go up. I got 42 more experience. Or what's some other buttons that I know? H to hide the UI. That's really the only two interesting ones that I use a lot, to be honest. I'm sure that there's more. Oh, S for screenshot. But I never really use that. I think I've used it once. You know, if you didn't know that those were there, I guess I could understand that quick save and quick load would be a nice touch, but I don't feel like there's a use for it. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and end this recording for now that we have saved. So thank you for joining me tonight for a little bit of the Willowmist Emporium of something Antiques and Curiosities demo. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time where I play a little bit more because I'm really liking this.